We're on.
I'd been alone out here for 2 weeks, just me and the boat. We'd finished a tree planting contract on the Central Coast, and Dad had gone back to town while I was holding down camp. The morning I went to swap out with him, I left a little early to get some fishing in on the way across. As soon as I dropped the lines, I doubled up on coho instantly. Now, fishing solo is hard at the best of times, and adding offshore winds and swell pushing you right into the rocks, and it gets interesting fast. Now you see the rod holder that I have my other rod in there. That's a flush mounted rod holder. I call them shotgun rod holders. And they're great for when you're fishing solo because you can easily just put the rod into that rod holder. You can reach over, crank it down, get the tension back on the fish, and the fish could almost fight itself from that rod holder. They're also great when you're fishing shallow because you can really crank down that tension on the rod. So then when a fish pops that clip, it's almost like a trap. It springs up and almost sets the hook for you. Now after landing both those coho, I didn't have much longer to fish, so I was going in for one more pass.
We're on.
Really on there. It's just in here. It's a good one.
Now when I catch a fish that's 30 pounds plus, I typically like to release these fish, just to preserve the genetics. Now, I'll go over more proper release techniques in another video, but in this particular video, I use a technique where I get a towel and I wet it down and place it on the bottom of my boat. That way, when you bring the fish into the boat, you are preserving the scales and reducing the amount of slime that comes off the fish. And ideally, you want to have the fish back in the water in under 60 seconds. To get these measurements, you take the girth squared times the length, and then whatever that equals, you divide that by 750, and that gives you your approximate weight.
Where are you? 1.5? 41.5. 41.5 by 24.
So for this fish, it was 41.5 in length by 24 girth. So you times the girth, so 24 times 24 times 41.5 the length, and divide that by 750, gives you 31.8 pounds. Now it can take a bit of time to release these fish once you get them back in the water. I like to have a good grip on the wrist of the tail and cradle underneath the belly while they're in the water. You almost want to wag the tail a little bit and work some water through their gills to get them going again. And as soon as you feel that first kick, like they want to go, you give them a good push and off they go.
Ooh!